Wonderful. Hello. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. Thank you so much for coming by. I hear this music and it makes me, it just allows me to drop right in. So even though I came here with a little bit of stuff going on, given the opportunity, mind, body can calm down quickly. Thanks for being here for this practice today. We're here in this community for women every single day. This year, the conversation is leading us through a practice. A beautiful practice of dropping into ourselves. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo is what we are reading this year, which we're practicing with this year. This New York Times bestseller is described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. And this message for this day number 1829 is titled Being a Pilgrim. Being a pilgrim. Being a pilgrim. To journey without being changed is to be a nomad. To change without journeying is to be a chameleon. To journey and to be transformed by the journey is to be a pilgrim. I like that. Transformed by the journey. We are. We all start out as pilgrims, wanting to journey and hoping to be transformed by the journey. But just as it is impossible when listening to an orchestra to hear the whole of the symphony for very long before we are drawn to hear only the piano or only the violin, in just this way, our attention to life slips and we experience people and places without being affected by their wholeness. And sometimes, feeling isolated and unsure, we change or hide what lives within in order to please or avoid others. The value of this insight is not to use it to judge or berate ourselves, but to help one another see that integrity is an unending process of letting our inner experience and our outer experience complete each other, in spite of our very human lapses. I understand these things so well because I violate them often. Yet I, as you, consider myself a pilgrim of the deepest kind, journeying beyond any one creed or tradition into the compelling, the recurring space in which we know the moment and we are changed by it. Mysteriously, as elusive as it is, this moment where the eye is what it sees, where the heart is what it feels, this moment shows us that what is real is sacred. Oh, and oh, ever so fleeting. You know that when we lose loved ones, I think is when we notice it pretty good. Whew. These messages are incredibly powerful. Okay. I think I want to take a little bit of a look at this again. To be transformed by the journey. Our journey is going to affect us one way or another. A little bit of positive intention takes us, doesn't take that much positive intention compared to what we receive out of that effort. The return is great. This right here. You start out listening to the orchestra for sure. And yeah, we go to, I hear the drum beat, starts to single it out and pinpoint it. In just this way, our attention to life slips. How powerful is that line? That's the journaling prompt right there, isn't it? There's so many. Our attention to life slips. We experience people and places without being affected by their wholeness. The value of this insight is not to use it to judge or berate ourselves. Not for a second. But to help one another see that integrity is an unending process of letting our inner experience and our outer experience complete each other. In spite of our very human lapses, whatever, to complete each other. We're talking about that balance, wholeness. I understand these things so well because I violate them so often. Yet I, as you, consider myself a pilgrim of the deepest kind, journeying beyond any one creed or tradition into the compelling, recurring space in which we know the moment and we are changed by it. Mysteriously, as elusive as it is, this moment, where the eye is what it sees, where the heart is what it feels, this moment shows us that what is real is sacred. Sacred. Take that in and breathe with that. Let yourself absorb it. Let it come all the way in. Breathe with it some more. Let it stick before we go on to something else. All this massive amounts of stimulation. Let it take root in us like a healing medicine. So take a moment to center yourself, and without judgment, bring to mind a time that you refuse to let your experience change you. Simply feel that time's presence. So, without judgment, bring to mind a time that you refused to let your experience change you. Simply feel that time's presence. And as you breathe, bring to mind a time that you changed yourself to please another or avoid another. Again, just simply feel that time's presence. As you soften, bring to mind a time that you journeyed forth and were changed by the journey. Feel this time's presence. Without judgment, give thanks by accepting all of this. Giving thanks for being human. Wow, powerful. So you're bringing to mind a time that you refused to let your experience change you. And then you're bringing to mind a time that you changed yourself to please someone or avoid someone. And then a time when you were changed by the journey. Accepting it all. Deep gratitude, ladies. Thank you for practicing together, for enjoying this space together. Please visit zenfulconversations.com. We've even got it as zenjenbrown.com now. Actually, I'm working on a scheduling setup, but we have a couple afternoon workshops tomorrow, Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, as a guided meditation, honoring your intention. And then Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, we have a 30-minute, the Zenful breath. It's just a quiet interlude practice. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Pretty mellow. For tomorrow, Wednesdays, lay down or be on a recliner. Let yourself sack out for an hour while you're listening. And then on Thursdays, you can be in bed or seated. You just want to be relaxed and comfortable. In honest gratitude, though, thank you so much for your loving support. See you tomorrow. Namaste.